It's okay to be wrong. And that's my theory. And if it's proved incorrect, well, I guess that's okay. Have you ever wondered why the culture war seems so intractable? It's because of that. There are many things that people disagree about, but we make our peace with it and move on. Apparently, I don't know how to stack a dishwasher properly, but my partner only brings it up once in a while, during a row about other things, mainly. Marmite, the most Marmite of issues, splits the nation down the middle, and yet we cope somehow. Half the population likes the spread, the other half are right, but somehow we don't bang our heads together about it all the time. And yet the culture war seems to be fueled by something else. This week, a new report looked at one of the reasons why we're having this problem: intellectual humility. It's the extent to which people can accept that they might be wrong. And counterintuitively, the more willing you are to consider that you might be wrong, the more likely you are to be right. It was John Maynard Keynes who said, "When the facts change, I change my mind." Unless it was someone else who said it, in which case, yeah, I'd accept that too. If you give an opinion and then you're unwilling to ever change your mind, you're stuck with your first rough guess. And thanks to social media these days, everyone's opining about everything. So if 5 years ago you sent a tweet so sure that J.K. Rowling should be cancelled, no one can talk you down from that position. And we end up with a sport called quad ball, which sounds more like a painful medical condition. That actually happened, by the way. People have stopped playing Quidditch in real life, not because that's a silly thing to do, but because they didn't like who invented it. Meanwhile, people still wear Hugo Boss perfume. An unwillingness to accept that you may have been wrong triggers good old confirmation bias. Rather than drawing a conclusion from facts, you go looking for facts that support your conclusion, and you dig in. And if once you've said it, that's it. If you've said chemtrails look suspicious, well, you end up doubling down until you're convinced that they're dispensing drugs which makes humans more compliant. Apart from you for some reason. If you expressed an opinion about how good masks are during the early part of the pandemic, you can't relax when we're awash with vaccine. You have to double down until you dress like a beekeeper to go for a walk in a park on your own. There's a well-known psychological phenomenon that shows that the more intelligent you are, the more you accept doubt. Or to put it another way, the more certain you are, the more you might be stupid. It's called the Diane Kruger effect. Now, people try and tell me it's called something else, but I'm fairly sure they're wrong. Now, we don't just need intellectual humility, we need a dash of empathy in there as well, because with that, you realise it's OK for others to be wrong. We can have a conversation instead of shutting our ears and cancelling them forever. Take the case of footballer Mark Bowler. Some homophobic tweets were found from when he was 14, and England cricketer Ollie Robinson was handed an 8-game ban following the unearthing of racist and sexist tweets in 2012. That's when Robinson was 18. But can't we forgive? I mean, we've all written things when we were young and foolish that don't represent us now. When I was a child, I wrote a letter to Jimmy Savile. And if anything, I was complimentary in that letter. If someone finds it now, I don't want to be cancelled for it. It's only being nice because I wanted to get on a roller coaster next to a plump kid. So this is where the culture war is lasting forever. The war rages on, but the two camps don't battle with each other. A lack of this intellectual humility means that people would rather cancel those who disagree with them, silence the other side. And that way, you never have to test your ability to change your mind. Jerry Sadowitz was cancelled for using some offensive language. OK, but then look at the context of language. Too late. I've already shut my mind down. I can't do context. I've picked a side, and I need to stick to it. So now I have to think that anyone who uses any of those words should be cancelled forever. But with a little bit of intellectual humility, a little bit of empathy, and an awareness of Miss Kruger, we could actually move the discussion forward and end the culture war. I'm presuming people want to end the culture war and aren't secretly enjoying being happy for no reason. On that, I'm probably wrong.